Hey guys, this was supposed to be Thursday. It's now Saturday. I apologize for the delay in getting the classes to you. I was down a couple days with a little bit of a cold. We're all back together and going at it. So we are going to be doing some Viennese waltz. This is our Thursday night intermediate class. I'm going to bring now real quick. We're going to demonstrate the three movements that we're going to do today, and then I'll break them down for you. So we are doing balance steps. Now balance steps are different than in-place basics. On the in-place basic, we did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we brought our feet together, right? We did step, together, together, step, together, together. On a balance step, there's just one change of weight. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same for a side balance, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to be doing these. I just wanted to break that down so you were clear what was going on with our feet, because at the distance here that may be able to may be difficult for you to see. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So those are two of the balance steps that we're going to deal with today. We're going to also do a balance step with an underarm turn in it, and it's going to look like this. Balance, 2, 3, underarm turn for the lady, and we're going to do a balance step coming back out of it. Okay? And then our final step is called a progressive fifth position break. This is where the man's doing something completely different than the lady. I'll do it going away from you, do it coming back towards you so you can see it. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll turn that around so you can see it coming towards you. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's break these patterns down for you. The balance steps you already know. All of you know because you've done them in basic waltz. Viennese waltz, they're no different. Now again, the trick to having a good balance step is, one, not doing any foot rise. Foot rise is when your heel comes off the floor. So this move has rise, but my heel does not come off the floor. Point number 2 about balance steps. Do not be in a rush to close your feet. As a matter of fact, closing your feet is not of paramount importance. We want to get our legs closed, but not necessarily our feet. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So much different than in place basic, where we get to here all collected on the count of 1 and then just do march, march. The balance step is 1, 2, 3. Right? My legs are collected. My shoes are not there, but my legs are collected. 1, 2, 3. Again, my legs are collected underneath me. Same on a side balance. Side and collect the legs. Side and collect the legs. So those are the balance steps in Viennese waltz. And again, just a reminder about Viennese waltz, our rise is very shallow above the floor in Viennese waltz. Now, the second pattern I demonstrated for you with Na was a balance step with an underarm turn. For the man's part of that pattern, just foot-wise, he is doing a balance step, and then he does a half a box. So he does balance, 2, 3, half a box, 2, 3, balance, 2, 3, half a box, 2, 3. And if you watched carefully, you just saw me fall over and rise to my toes, which was wrong. Now, what's happening turn-wise on that pattern is, or lead-wise, is as the man begins his half a box backward, he's going to bring the lady with him, gradually picking up his left hand to clear her head and encouraging the lady to roll to her left. We call that an inside turn. So he's picking up the left hand, a little bit of wrist action with the right hand, keeping that cleared over her, collecting her at the end. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? The lady's part on that pattern, she does a balance step for 1, 2, 3. Then she's going to do a pivot with rise. So she's going to do half turn, half turn, half turn, half of a turn, half of a turn, half of a turn. So she's going to do that much turn on each of those 3 steps, but she's also going to be doing that with rise and fall at the same time. So she's going to do 1, 2, 3. Now that's really important, girls, for you to practice this. And by the way, I would practice it flat-footed quite a few times before I worried about rise and fall. And I'll tell you why. Constantly see ladies do this. A pattern that should do a half a turn and a half a turn, the ladies will do 1, 2. Say, oh, I did 2 halves of a turn. No, we only did 1 half a turn because there was supposed to be another one that happened on that foot, and that gets left out. So when we start throwing rise and fall in there, that's an easy thing to have happen. So ladies, initially you just want to dance balance, 2, 3, pivot, pivot, pivot. Balance, 2, 3, pivot, pivot, pivot. Right? And that will get you through the turn, which is the most important thing, because when we add rise and fall to that, that's going to make it harder to get all the way around, to get as far enough around as you need to in the amount of time that you have. So again, the ladies' part full on is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Man's part to that same action is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's our balance step with inside roll. And then our final pattern that we did in the Viennese waltz was the progressive 5th position breaks. And again, a lot of you may have seen these as a beginner. And let's say that we can't assume that you did them right when you were a beginner, that maybe you were missing a couple small elements. And it's super important in Viennese waltz that as the man, we step 1, we point 2. There's absolutely no weight on that foot. And then we hold that position for count 3. So we move 1 time. 1, we tap 2, we hold 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's important for a couple of reasons, because as I demonstrated that, you should have seen my body continue to rotate. So my foot has to stop before my body completes the rotation with the lady where she's going. So I'm stepping on 1, the lady's starting to go across my body. I'm tapping that foot on 2, and on count 3, she's all the way out there in that position. So that's important that I have that anchor, because otherwise you're going to go with the lady rather than winding and unwinding. So literally this is what I'm doing with the lady, right, in this sideways feel, while I'm going forward. So I'm creating that action of shifting the lady back and forth in front of me as I'm doing my feet. I'm shifting her back and forth in front of me as I'm doing my feet. Okay? And then ladies, your part for this, and it's super important, your part for this is a 5th position break. That is side, cross, behind, replace, side, cross, behind, replace. 5th position breaks in Viennese waltz do not open out. All right? Just like the ones in samba that we're doing on Wednesday's class when we do 5th position breaks in samba. We do not open the hips out. We keep them square. This was bad. Wrong. Call it whatever version you want. So it's definitely a sweeping sideways action. Now, for the lady, the other extra point, or the other point that's extra important is you're facing the man the entire time you do this. You are not turning and opening away from the man. Now I'm going to bring now, we're going to show you the correct way, and the incorrect way to do this. So this is going to be wrong. So what you're going to see is, as we do this, Na turns away from me, and she opens out away. She opens out away from me. So she's no longer in front of me. She's doing her own thing somewhere over there. And if you watch this last one again, I'm facing here and I'm not sure who Na's dancing with, but it's not me. So that's the bad version. So as the lady, you're not responsible for the turn. You're responsible to go side rock step, that's all you worry about. Everything else becomes the man. So it is side and rock, step. Now we're going to stop right here because you can see that Na is square up to me with her body. She's done exactly what she was supposed to do with her body. All right? So you're just doing sideways. The man's taking control of that rotation. All right, we're going to dance all three of those patterns to some Viennese waltz music right here real quick. I'm turning it just so you can see it from the other angles. Right? And then our balance with the underarm turn. Balance. Turn, 2, 3, balance. Turn, 2, 3, balance. And balance. Okay? And then our progressive fifth position break, we'll dance it away from the camera and then bring it back toward you to finish. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Good. Same thing. Balance. Point. 3, 4. There we go. Thank you. That is our Viennese waltz class for today. Thank you guys very much. Look forward to seeing you on here the next time.